It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Showtime, Geno Jones Showtime. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, everybody. 6:30 Central Time. Hello, Chicago. Stand up. I see you. Chicago, Memphis, Tennessee, Portland, Oregon. I see you. Stand up, San Francisco, Bay Area, LA. Everybody on the West Coast, 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Tell everybody you know to subscribe to this channel right here. Please subscribe, like, click on the thumbs up. It's so important. YouTube, they track all of that. So give me the thumbs up, like, leave your comments in the comment section, and you can copy and paste the link in a text message, email. You can share and tag this show on everybody you know, everybody's social media page that you know. You have my blessing. You have my permission. The Geno Jones Show brought to you by CojoLLC.com. Courtney Johnson, if you're looking to buy or sell a home anywhere in the Carolinas, South Carolina, North Carolina, give Courtney Johnson a call. 843 area code 543-4022. 843 area code 543-4022. That's 543-4022. 843 area code. Or you can go to CojoLLC.com. CojoLLC.com. If you call, or even if you contact her online on her website, tell her you were watching the Geno Jones Show. And either you live in the Carolinas, or maybe you're thinking about moving here, or maybe getting a second home, vacation home, or you're tired of the cold snow weather in the Midwest, or up, as they call it, up north. Come on down south, and get some of this nice weather that we got going on here. Now, everybody watching me live, this show is interactive. What does that mean? That means that you are watching me live right now. You can contact me if you got a question, if you got a comment, you want me to shout you out for whatever it is, birthday, anniversary, you name it, retirement, just found a job, just started a business, whatever you got going on, reach out to me. As a matter of fact, speaking of all the business owners, yes, it is so important that we support all Black-owned institutions and Black media companies like mine. Absolutely crucial. Not just mine, but all of our Black-owned media platforms. And shout out to everybody from my brother Roland Martin. Shout out to everybody here that's on YouTube that's got a show, got their own channel. From my girl Joy Reid, Don Lemon, all the folks on Sirius XM, Urban View, Karen Hunter and Larry Daniel Favors, my man Clay Kane, him and Reese do their thing. Dr. Greg Carr and Lamont King. I know Dr. Carr, he and Karen Hunter do a show on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock in class with Carr. So shout out to Dr. Greg Carr. He is the head of the Africana Studies Department at Howard University. So we got to support all of our Black-owned media companies. And the way you can support this channel, you can be a sponsor or advertise. You can reach me via my email, Geno Jones Show. That's how you spell it, Geno Jones Show at Gmail. So you can either Zelle. Now individually, you can support the show financially via Zelle or Cash App. So if you want a Cash App, you can use $Dad G Jones. It's all one word, $Dad G Jones, capital D, lowercase a d, capital G J, lowercase ONES, $Dad G Jones. So you can Zelle, you can use Zelle if you're trying to Zelle your financial support or gift. Just use my email address once again, Geno Jones Show at Gmail. All right. I see everybody watching me live. Shout me out. Jump in the chat room. Say hello. Let me know who's watching. If you got a question or comment, reach out to me. So let's get right into it. So let me start off by saying this. The way to get people's attention with money and power is to dig in their pockets. Once again, the way to get people's attention that's got money and power is to dig in their pockets. Even if they don't necessarily have all the political power, but they got the economic power, that financially supports the political power, especially if it supports this Nazi regime that we have here in America in 2025, I'm not surprised. Because listen, many people like myself, we warned everybody about Project 2025, but we're here now. So what do? There's a lot of emotions. I mean, there's anger. I mean, initially it was fear. There's still some fear, but there's anger and frustration, and you had the No Kings movement. Over 7 million people nationwide protested, and basically making the statement: there are no kings in America, no kings. Okay, I don't care who you are, no kings. So how do we channel that energy from last Saturday? As a matter of fact, I got a chance to attend. Shout out to my mom. She just jumped in the chat room. So anybody else watching, too, you can join the conversation. You'll see Mary Dixon. That's my mom. She's my #1 fan and my executive producer, by the way. So how do we channel that energy? So much conversation about what do we do? One thing I know for certain is the way to get people's attention with money and power is to dig in their pockets. So many companies basically bent over and kissed Orange Hitler's ass to please him, to eliminate their DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. And for a lot of companies, that didn't turn out well economically. Ask Target. The value of Target's company lost $12 billion in value. Term is, they call it Target's valuation. And all that means is just the value of that company's stock. From January basically to June and July, the value of Target's company went down by $12 billion with a B. $12 billion with a B. And over $2 million. Because Target had promised, after the George Floyd protest in 2020, Target got out front and said they were going to support diversity, equity, and inclusion programs and support black-owned businesses, which they did to a degree. You had what's her name? I think Tabitha Smith. But anyway, once Orange Hitler basically occupied 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, all these companies just punked out, bitched out. Well, we're going to be reviewing and eliminating our DEI programs. So Target did that. Now keep in mind, speaking of DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, do you know that black Americans used to spend $12 million a day at Target? And the majority of those black people, they were black women. In the culture, in our community, in the black community, it was like a nickname. I don't know who came up with it, but I would hear a lot of women, some guys say, I'm going to Target. Well, folks ain't going to Target or Target, not black folks in mass. And that company, the value of that company dropped by $12 billion in 6 or 7 months. The CEO got fired. So Target found out. Now here's another example. It wasn't necessarily black consumers, but it was just Americans, which is leading me to where, once again, the main theme of this monologue. The way to get people's attention with money and power is to dig in them pockets. And if you dig in those pockets deep enough, I guarantee you will get their attention. Remember when Jimmy Kimmel got snatched off TV because all the bullshit about Charlie Kirk, he was somehow disrespect. Bullshit. It was all bullshit, right? ABC, the ABC network, panicked, punked out, took Jimmy Kimmel off the air. So what happened? Disney stock, the value of Disney, the company, dropped by $6.5 billion in 5 days. That company's value dropped. That company lost $6.5 billion in value in 5 days. Why is that? Because people were canceling their subscriptions. They were getting rid of the app, the Disney app, the Disney Plus app, the Hulu app, the ESPN app, and ESPN just launched this new app where you can do everything. Anything that comes on ESPN, you name it. Football, baseball, basketball, USC fighting, all their old shows, Sports Center, you can bet on games, you can gamble, all of that. Folks is like, now, you know what? I am canceling my Disney subscription. And Disney stock dropped by $6.5 billion. That company lost $6.5 billion in value in 5 days. And guess what happened? Jimmy Kimmel went back and is still back on the air, digging in Orange Hitler's ass, digging in Trump's ass every night, and I love it. And then you had these MAGA companies that own a lot of local stations like Sinclair, because there's a Sinclair-owned station here in Charleston, South Carolina. Sinclair's all over. Nexstar, they're all over. But in a lot of their markets, like Portland, Oregon, or Seattle, I think specifically, I don't want to say D.C., but I know many of those markets to where the Sinclair owners, he was disrespectful to Charlie Kirk, and we're not going to put it back on. First of all, that those stations that carry ABC programming, these MAGA-owned companies, these MAGA-owned TV stations, and they own some radio too, but just focus on TV. So these MAGA-owned TV stations, these companies, Sinclair and Nexstar, they own a couple hundred local TV stations. Here's the catch. If they carry any programming from ABC or any network, they are what they call affiliates. Because there's only, I think there's less than 10 owned and operated, owned by the network, like ABC, CBS, NBC, primarily in your bigger cities. The ABC station in New York City is owned and operated. The ABC station in Philadelphia and Boston is owned and operated. The ABC station, Channel 7 in Chicago, owned and operated. The ABC station in LA, owned and operated. The ABC station in San Francisco, owned and operated. I think Dallas, maybe Miami. I don't even know about Houston. But the majority of those stations that carry ABC programming are what they call affiliates. And they sign a contract with the network. And part of the contract is that, okay, you carry programming, we are in business together. So you carry our programming. So Sinclair is like, no, we'll preempt it. Well, that was a breach of contract, legally. And on top of that, think all these local stations, Jimmy Kimmel was probably one of the highest rated TV shows on those ABC affiliated stations. So those local stations, I guarantee you, I know for a fact, made a lot of money in sales selling the Jimmy Kimmel Show live. Just like they would sell like Monday Night Football on ABC. Oh, by the way, told those same stations, like Sinclair owned the Nexstar, if you're not gonna carry Jimmy Kimmel, you're gonna preempt Jimmy Kimmel. Well, you just won't get Monday Night Football. Oh, that got some attention. That got their attention. But when the business owners in those local markets, like Seattle and Portland, when they start calling the station president and the general managers and or the president of Sinclair and say, hey, we paid a lot of money for our commercials to run on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. We didn't care about this other bullshit. We gave you $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 for the year. They call it an annual buy. So we could advertise on the Jimmy Kimmel Show. So those stations had a choice. You could give that money back because this was what, in September, October, November, December. That's 4 months. That's a whole lot of money that they had to give back. So you can either put Jimmy Kimmel back on, or you can cut us a check, or you can just wire us, 40% of our money back. Fourth quarter too, end of the year. These stations are trying to either make budget or make a profit. Yeah, all of a sudden it changed. So why am I sharing this story with everybody? Because, once again, the way to get people's attention with money and power is to dig in their pockets, which is why I've been calling for a holiday blackout. All right? We are going to pull our money out of this economy. Extract yourselves, your dollars out of this economy. I'm sorry. Halloween, Thanksgiving. I just heard yesterday, saw on the news that the cost of Thanksgiving turkeys has spiked, has gone up dramatically. Save your money. Holiday blackout. Forget it. No, tell them Orange Hitler Trump canceled Christmas. All right, so we're going to figure out a different way to do Thanksgiving. We can fellowship, we can celebrate each other, and we can have fun with our families and play board games or play cards or watch the movies or tell jokes or do karaoke or just get together and just love on each other and bond without putting all that money in this economy. Shut this economy down. Shut this shit down. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Because if you're really angry and frustrated and you don't like what you see, what can you do? It's like, well, the federal government, they got this power and they're utilizing the military, misusing the military, trying to really misuse the military more. Listen, you want to get Orange Hitler's attention, get the attention of these billionaires and these CEOs that's funding this, giving him money, that's funding this bullshit that he's done to the White House. This addition, this giant ballroom, this costs supposedly $200 million from a lot of these CEOs. I found out Google apparently gave Orange Hitler some money, some millions, to help him build this giant ballroom. It's going to eventually cost way more than $200 million. It's going to absolutely, when they finish with it, if they finish, which they may not, but it's going to cost way more than $200 million. So and Google, I got Gmail, but I'm telling you, Google, tread lightly, okay? Tread lightly. You can find some other email services. Find these companies that have been supporting this regime, that have been supporting Orange Hitler, that donated billions, had donated or given billions of dollars to Orange Hitler, his family, his campaign, these projects to mutilate the damn White House, talking about you're building this ballroom. It looks, this is the people's house. That is our house, American taxpayers. That is not his house. That's his problem. He thinks it is his house. Orange Hitler thinks he's a king, dude. It's public housing, and you are just an occupant. And I know you don't think that you're gonna leave, but you are gonna leave eventually. We guarantee you're gonna leave, because we, the American people, that lean into humanity, because it's a choice between humanity and inhumanity, humanity is gonna win out. And one of the ways to make sure humanity is gonna win out, because we have the power of the people and the dollars that come with the people. And money talks and bullshit walks. And trust me, these CEOs, a lot of them, they don't love this dude. They're afraid of him, and they just want to make sure that they can make money and don't do anything, don't talk bad, don't have the Department of Justice or the IRS look at our companies or whatever. but they don't like this dude. But you know who they fear more than Orange Hitler and this Nazi regime? They fear losing money more than that. Their fear of losing money is greater than their fear of Orange Hitler. I promise you that. I promise you that. Ask Disney. The value of that company dropped by $6.5 billion in 5 days. Jimmy Kimmel was back on TV. Jimmy Kimmel Live, back on the air. Even many of these Sinclair Next Star stations, we're going to air a documentary at Charlie Kirk. That shit didn't last too long in many of those stations because they were losing money and they were going to be in a situation where they were going to have to cut some checks to a lot of those local business people that have spent hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars to advertise on Jimmy Kimmel's show. And they got that money, I guarantee you, they got that money last fall. Because that's how they do business. So that money's probably spent, but guess what? They're like, well, you want to come up with 40% of that annual buy, whatever it costs to buy Jimmy Kimmel, to advertise on that for the entire year. That's how they do it. They call it an annual buy, 12-month buy. So if they spent $50,000 or $100,000, so that happened in September. So you had one whole quarter, more than a quarter. You have September, October, November. 40% of that annual buy. They would either cough that money up or start airing Jimmy Kimmel Live, and that's what they did. And the ABC network put him back on TV because their stock dropped. Disney's overall stock dropped by $6.5 billion in 5 days. We got the power. Orange Hitler and this regime, they want you to be scared. They want you to be afraid. They want you to be frustrated. They want you to cower. They want you to be apathetic and hopeless and throw up your hands. There's nothing we can do. We can do a whole lot. And they know it. That's the fear. That's why this dude is just frantic, crazy. Talking about sending the National Guard and military into now San Francisco and in Portland. And Chicago's, they're like fighting. Hey, dude, we're not going to make this easy. Now, just yesterday, New York, Lower Manhattan, the same ICE raid bullshit. And these ICE agents, I got a message for you, okay? Judgment Day is coming for your ass. Not the Judgment Day. Yeah, that Judgment Day with your maker is coming, but Judgment Day is coming for you legally. All right, because this is going to end, and it's going to end sooner than you probably think. And all you ICE agents that have kidnapped and beat up and assaulted and shot, as a matter of fact, in Chicago, you've killed people. You've shot and killed people. Yes, your day of reckoning is coming. Karma. Karma is real. As my queen said, she said, you know, karma, she's a slow bitch, but she'll eventually show up. And karma, to all the ICE agents and all you other, wannabe loyalists to Orange Hitler, that's part of this inhumanity. Oh yeah, the energy you put out into the universe, it will always find its way back to you, good or bad, because it is your energy. Talk to your kids, start talking to them now. Say, hey, listen, you know what? This holiday, whatever, and they see what's going on, the tariffs, the cost of everything, the cost of a turkey, Thanksgiving turkey is spiked. Big box of cereals, $10. They see what's going on. So start having a conversation with your kids, your family. We're gonna do Christmas a little different. Maybe put the Christ in Christmas. Not the remixed racist version of what they call Christianity. It's really a racist remixed version of religious extremism that some of these people slap the label. White Christian nationalism has nothing to do with Christianity at all. And it has everything to do with hate and racism and inhumanity and religious extremism. That's what it is. But start talking to your family. Say, listen, it's going to be cash. Cash. I'll Zelle you some money, cash out. Maybe find some companies that have stood up to this regime, and buy some stock. What the little Robinhood. I'm not endorsing Robinhood because they ain't sent a check, but they could. They could be a sponsor on the show. Set up one of those self-managing mutual funds and buy them some stock. Do some research and find some companies that are standing up to this bullshit and this oppression and this hatred and inhumanity, and buy them some stock. Set them up that way. They'll be happy. Especially 5 or 10 years, who knows? That little stock portfolio, that little self-managing mutual fund could be worth a lot of money. They'll be like, man, Dad, thank you. Mom, thank you. I'm glad you did that. Oh no, but holiday blackout. Retail, we're not spending no money. It's going to be a real blackout. You're talking about a Black Friday. It's going to be a holiday blackout. We blacking out the whole damn holiday. Because I promise you, I guarantee you, if these retailers that depend, and a majority of retailers in America, they depend on this time of year to make a profit. This is the biggest time of year in terms of revenue generated from sales in person and online. Many companies are operating in a deficit until the holiday season. This holiday season comes. So we're gonna reverse that. We're gonna reverse engineer that and pull your money. If you are pissed, if you are angry, if you don't like the inhumanity of ICE flying Black Hawk helicopters over apartment building on the south side of Chicago and zip tying babies and children in the nude and zip tying elderly people, black people, terrorizing, black kids, terrorizing these Latino brothers and sisters. If you don't like this, if all the hate and the inhumanity of Stephen Miller and Russell Vogt and all those that's responsible for this government being shut down, Orange Hitler and the MAGA cult, because the MAGA cult and Orange Hitler could reopen the government at any time. But they don't want to reopen the government because they want to protect pedophiles like Jeffrey Epstein and all the names is in the Epstein files, and they want to be able to take away the money that provides health insurance for you and your family through Medicaid, Medicare, subsidies, financial assistance. That's what subsidies are, for the Affordable Care Act, and turn it into the unaffordable, we don't care about your ass act, and SNAP benefits. Just heard tonight, Florida has told and Florida is a huge state. Florida's got over 20 million, somewhere north of 20 million people. And they have told Floridians, if you receive SNAP benefits, if this government is shut down next week, your EBT card will be declined when you go to the grocery store. 42 million people depend on SNAP benefits. And the majority of them are white Americans. And many of them would have their red hat and are MAGA cult members who worship their orange Lord and Savior, Orange Hitler, who's going to make sure that your ass can't eat, or your children, or your parents, or your grandparents. 42 million Americans receive SNAP benefits. 20 million children and teenagers, young adults, children, receive SNAP benefits. 10 million 50 and over. So millions of elderly and seniors and middle-aged Americans depend on SNAP. People are already going to food banks. Food banks across America are running out of food to give to people. this fool got $200 million to build a ballroom and gave Argentina $40 billion for just because. And took $1 trillion that was going to provide health insurance, SNAP benefits for Americans. That's what he's fighting for. That's why the government is closed. Because he wants to protect pedophiles and give billionaires a bigger tax cut and take the money that's going to provide health insurance and food assistance, SNAP benefits, so the billionaires can get this $1+ trillion, not billion, $1 trillion in tax cuts for billionaires, for Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook and Instagram and Jeff Bezos at Amazon. And all these men are all of them, minimum net worth is close to $200 billion. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos' net worth is over $200 billion. Mark Zuckerberg is in the same neighborhood. But they need a tax cut. And that money that Orange Hitler wants to give Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos in a tax cut, that money has to come from the money that will make sure that you and your family will have health insurance and the money that provides the SNAP benefits. The money that'll go on that EBT card, no, that Elon Musk needs that money. That money for health insurance, for your Medicaid, Medicare, and financial assistance or subsidies for the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, no, they're gonna die anyway. Y'all need that money. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg, these billionaires, they need the money. Peter Thiel, shut this shit down. Holiday blackout. Let these retailers see a drop in sales. I'm saying I want to see a 100% drop in sales from last year, from 2024. But I guarantee you, even if there's a 15 or 20% drop in sales from last year, I guarantee you, those CEOs, a lot of them, they gave him the millions of dollars to build this ballroom. They'll be like, hey, you need to run me that money back, partner. You cost us billions of dollars with this bullshit. You need to holler at Argentina, run that $40 billion back, and make sure that $40 billion can cover SNAP benefits. And oh, by the way, make sure that these subsidies and the financial assistance so people can have health insurance through the Affordable Care Act, make sure that people don't lose their Medicaid and their Medicare. The way to get people's attention and the way to get Orange Hitler's attention, all your trolls is insecure ass. But if you really want to troll them, dig in them pockets and pull your money out of this economy for this holiday, make it a holiday blackout economically, extract this money out of this economy. Shut this bitch down economically. They will get his attention. We, the American people, we wanted to do anything. We would have done our part. And the folks that's got the power over him, the billionaires, start messing with their money. I guarantee you there will be a shift. It happened in August, early August. I mean, it happened in April, early in April, like the first week when Orange Hitler was going crazy with the tariffs and the market dropped like 1,600 points. The next day, okay, I'm going to reverse some of these. I'm going to back off. Yeah, you backed off. You backed off because some folks say, hey, the money boys is like, yo, man, you messing with my money. All this other, I don't care about ICE and all this other, do what you going to do, but don't mess with my money. But see, we gonna mess with their money. And it's really going to be, Orange Hitler's going to mess with their money because he messed with the American people. So we got to mess with the money of the billionaires. And the best way, it could not have been timed more perfect There's no more important time of the year for retailers in America than this holiday season. Which goes to show you, dude wasn't that smart. Because they don't think that Americans are angry enough, it's got the courage. But I got y'all. I'm gonna be your hype man. I'm gonna stand on this business. I'm standing on this rock virtually every day. The holiday blackout is here. Tell the kids Orange Hitler canceled Christmas. Tell them, yeah, the occupant at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Trump canceled Christmas. Santa, no, you won't see Santa this year. Because Trump canceled Christmas. Called Santa Claus in the North Pole, cussed him out, called him a punk, called him a fat old punk. Said he was a radical Democrat, violent, all the bullshit you hear him saying. So thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you. You, especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live, Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Tell everybody, please leave your comments in the comment section, but tell everybody to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave your comments in the comment section. When you're watching me live, the show is interactive, so jump in the chat room, leave your comments or your question, but click on that thumbs up. So important. YouTube, they measure all of that. They measure your views, how many views, how long you watch. They track your subscribers, and I'm about 55 new subscribers away from becoming a YouTube partner. That means they'll monetize my YouTube channel and my media company, and we must support Black-owned media companies. Because these corporate media companies, they done punked out, they bitched out, you ain't gonna get the truth. Depending on who you're watching on MSNBC, Lawrence O'Donnell, Rachel Maddow, some of the other ones. But shout out to Lawrence O'Donnell and Rachel Maddow. And I know Simone and Michael Steele and Trine, and then the fellas is on the weekend. But anyway, we got to support Black-owned media. And the way to do that here for the Geno Jones Show, Geno Media, a couple ways. You can Zelle or Cash App your financial support. No amount is too small or too large. You can Zelle your financial support. Use my email address if you want to Zelle your support. So you can Zelle some money to the show, support the show financially using Zelle. Use my email address. It's Geno Jones Show at Gmail. That's how you spell Geno Jones Show, right there at Gmail. That's if you want to Zelle your support financially, or if you want to support the show financially using Cash App, $Dad G Jones, all one word. Oh, by the way, Geno Jones Show at Gmail is all one word also. Cash App, support financially the show, the media company, $Dad G Jones, all one word, capital D, lowercase a d. Capital G, capital J, lowercase ONES, $Dad G Jones. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show, the CEO of Designer Cuts. Check him out on Instagram. Kelby Cutting Up. That's KELBECUTTINUP. Markel Bailey. Kelby Cutting Up on Instagram. Allie Jones is the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check her and her Lexi Jones collection out on Instagram or IG, LX.NCL_. LX.NCL_. Shout out to Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist. Shout out to Courtney Johnson, the Geno Jones Show, brought to you by Kojo, LLC.com. COJO, LLC.com. Kojo, LLC.com. Courtney Johnson, if you're looking to buy or sell a home anywhere in the Carolinas, South Carolina, North Carolina, Courtney Johnson and her company Kojo, LLC, can help you with that. 843 is the area code. 543 4022. 843 area code 5543 4022. Thank you for watching, everybody. I love you. And love is an action word. I know the dictionary says love is a noun. No. Love, real love, is a verb. It's action. Tell me you love me, because I love to hear it. But you know what I love more? When you show me you love me. And you can show me that you love what we're doing and love me and love my media company and the show. With your financial support, once again, no amount is too small or too large, and I thank you in advance. You can Zelle, once again, Zelle your financial support to the show. Use my Gmail, my email address at Zelle, which is Geno Jones Show, all one word. That's how you spell my name, right behind me, Geno Jones Show at Gmail. Or you can Cash App your financial support for the show and my media company, $Dad G Jones, all one word, $Dad, capital D, lowercase a d, capital G, capital J, lowercase O-N-E-S. We'll see you live Thursday. Something new, Dr. Zakivia Lewis. So we'll be talking, it is October. Is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. We're going to deal with that. You'll be seeing Dr. Z on a regular basis. I'm really excited. We call her Dr. Z. Dr. Zakivia Lewis. So excited to have her on. We'll have a great conversation tomorrow. Make sure you tune in, watch it live. And if you missed this or any episode, remember, all of my episodes are right here on my YouTube channel. So if you miss anything, go back and watch it. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment section below. Be sure to click the thumbs up. Like every episode, and be sure to tell everybody, to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel and watch me live Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.